Good morning, everybody. As you have seen this week, if you caught up with the Thermal GP, Alex Palou became the first driver to win the first two races of the season since 2020. His Chip Ganassi teammate, Scott Dixon, ironically, was that person. Of course, Alex Palou was victorious on March the 2nd season opener in St. Petersburg. Backing that up with the incredible race we've seen in Thermal this past weekend, where he made up a 10-second gap to catch up with Pato overtake him, and then created his own 10-second gap to finish the race. Scary fact over the two opening races of the season is Palou has only actually led 39 of the 165 laps this season, yet remains undefeated. Scary, the ability of this man in just being able to manage that car and do what he needs to at the vital moment. So we're going to jump into the IndyCar Power Rankings for 2025. We'll start off with number 10. Alexander Rossi comes in at number 10. He was previously unranked to this. Two top 10 finishes to start the season off, finishing 10th in St. Petersburg and 9th at Thermal. Very steady start for Rossi, doing what he needs to keep his name there for everyone to see. Jumping up to number 9 is Will Power. We've already spoken about this in a previous video. 15 overtakes in Thermal, starting in 21st, finished in 6th. Previous start in St. Petersburg wasn't a great race for Power. A first lap crash sort of gave him a 26th place finish. Wasn't quite what he wanted, but obviously Thermal, he got it right back on track, and was the top scorer for Team Penske during the Thermal GP. Incredible race, and of course the winner of the most overtakes on the day. Dropping down the rankings, previously ranked 2nd, now down in 8th is Scott McLaughlin. Qualified in 25th and finished at 27th in the Thermal GP. Not the greatest of races for McLaughlin. We've obviously all seen the footage of the slight disagreement he had over the weekend also. Still can't underestimate Scott. Phenomenal driver. Everyone knows what he's capable of. No two ways about it. He will be back. Also dropping down the rankings from 5th to 7th is Kyle Kirkwood. He began 2025 with a strong outing. He was the quickest in the opening practice at St. Petersburg and qualified 9th, I believe, finished in 5th. So a strong opening for Kirkwood. A little bit less going on for him in Thermal, qualified 8th, finished in 8th. He was just one of those drivers that just sort of got caught up in the race, didn't make no progress, didn't lose any positions, which is always good. Still there or thereabouts, still solidly inside the top 10, can't complain about that. Scott Dixon is next in 6th, dropped down from his last ranking of 3rd. He began his quest for a record-tying 7th championship win with a runner-up result in St. Petersburg. Many was questioning as to whether Dixon could possibly go and do it this year. Of course, we now seen Alex Palou take the opening two races. In Thermal, he started in 11th and finished in 10th. Again, another one of the drivers that sort of was on the fringes all the race, couldn't quite make a stamp on the race, but got some valuable points on the board. Moving up the board, we have Colton Herta of Honda. 6th place, Honda engine for Andretti Racing, of course. Herta qualified on the front row in the season's opening in St. Petersburg, but the slow pit stop sort of ruined his race there, giving him a 16th place finish. He started 4th in Thermal and finished in 4th. Never really in with a challenge of the podium in Thermal, I don't feel, but a very, very good race for Herta, undoubtedly. Did what he needed to. Big points for Andretti, and it puts him there or thereabouts, taking the season onwards. In 4th place, moving up from 8th last week, is Felix Felix Rosenqvist. He qualified third and finished 7th in St. Petersburg, and managing to go from 9th to 5th in thermal. Of course, Long Beach is up next, where last season Rosenqvist earned the P1 award honours last year. So he'll be looking to sort of recapture that form going into the race. Moving up to third from last week's 9th was Arrow McLaren's Christian Lundegaard. Of course, we've seen him qualifying second in thermal, finished in third. He had a nice little battle with Alex Palou on the way to that. He managed to lead 23 laps in St. Petersburg, where he finished 8th after starting 5th, I believe it was. And he's definitely improving. He's definitely doing the right things as the season goes ahead. Moving up to second in the power rankings from last week's 10th is, of course, the man that qualified in P1 in thermal, Pato Award. Far better race this time out. St. Petersburg, he had a bit of a nightmare really, qualified 23rd, finished in 11th. Obviously a good comeback in the race, but he didn't start anywhere near where he wanted to. Coming into thermal, as we saw, he had a fabulous weekend, stuck the car in first, led 51 of the 65 laps in thermal before Palou managed to overtake him. He's definitely a man who's riding form at the moment. He's exciting. He has most of the Indy fans behind him. He's a very popular guy. He's definitely going to push Palou. Whether he has what it takes to take the Indy Championship, that's another question. But he will definitely do what he can on the way. And of course, number one, non-moving from last week, is the man that we've already spoken about, back-to-back winner, 3-time champion, Alex Palou. Phenomenal race. Did an absolutely amazing job managing his tyres. Made up some 3 seconds, I believe it was, after the third stop to catch up with Lundgaard to begin with. Overtook him, charged up the road, made up 10 seconds of Pato Award, whilst working his way through back markers. Overtakes Pato and then goes on to win the race comfortably, as we've said. Until further notice, Alex Palou is untouchable currently in IndyCar. Whether that can change throughout the season is another matter, but the man is currently on some top form and looks phenomenal. As we say, next up we have Long Beach, California. Let us know your thoughts going into Long Beach. Does Palou make it 3 wins back-to-back, or can the likes of Pato Award, Scott Dixon make up ground on Alex Palou?